This is not even a large part of what we sell.
Right.
To say nothing of the other four distributors, how much they sell. I mean, even hazy IPAs, people like West Coast IPAs coming back, like non-hazy IPAs have always been a larger part of craft beer. There's never been a year that it outsold. What
does that break down like on shelves? Do you know that? Like just how many are?
But I think most of the time, anytime you see like Truth is a great example. Psychopathy, like those outsell probably individually, at least Truth, but those outsell every hazy brewed in Cincinnati combined. Right. I would say. So just one brand. And there's many, 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 many other IPAs throughout there that are not hazy that are on shelves too.
Well, and meanwhile, let's not forget that Bud Light still outsells all of this.
Right. I mean, we can. Yeah. I mean, like if you look at tap lists, I would say 95% of bars right now do not have a beer that has lactose in it unless it's Breckenridge Vanilla Porter and Left Hand Milk Stout. I think that other than that, you're probably not getting. There's probably no beer. It's very uncommon. And you're talking about doesn't have a single one. I think that if you look at what it's just I feel like it's overrepresented as a scapegoat for why craft beer is quote unquote dying. Like, don't get mad at someone because they like children's cereal. In a beer, like, fucking get mad at someone that they
who doesn't like Lucky Charms.
It's actually funny. I think I can talk about it. We're talking to an Irish brewery. Just a quick aside. We're talking to an Irish brewery that did. You
didn't ask them if they had something with Lucky Charms, did
No,
you?
they do. Okay. They do have something.
Well, that's fine if they do, but you can't ask them that.
No. It was hysterical because you can't in the Republic of Ireland. You cannot buy Lucky Charms. So they had to import Lucky Charms so they could put it.
Welcome to craft beer in 2022.
No, but I mean, that's what I'm talking about, though. Like, I mean, it's a funny thing that they did. It's not like their main business model. And this is one brewery. I mean, I think craft breweries have a lot of trends that are, I think, damaging. I think we talked about one with the opening new locations for little to no reason outside of dreams of financial gain. But, I mean, I feel like I feel like those beers aren't even that big a deal now than they were 2 or 3 years ago.
But it goes back to that, like the internet, the social media, and like how loud some people are. I think makes people think that things are maybe bigger or more of a part of what's happening or about to happen than they really are. And I think that's
if I can have a little bit of conjecture. Well, I think that breweries that do this are. You're talking about, I think Listerman used to get like stereotypes as being a brewery that does that. Yeah. I mean, we have one beer that they do put children's cereal in, and it is Lucky Charms, and it is like hilarious. But I mean, like, we're talking about the stuff that we mostly get. I mean, mostly it's IPAs, Chicao, Nutcase, a lot of traditional styles. I mean, that's the brewery that people stereotype as being the problem, and there's probably 4 or 5 other breweries that ever even really do much of that stuff. And I mean, I think that the reason people get shit is because I think a lot of these breweries are realizing that the market's way more challenging than they thought it was. Right. And the people who are successful sometimes are doing goofy ass shit like that.
Well, you can't.
And I think that kind of maybe I don't know what the answer is for those people who are upset about that, but I mean, it's I don't think it's there. That's not the goofy, not the customer's fault, and it's not the brewery's fault for.
Oh man, what a great clip! Look, I might be biased, but I think if you like that, you'll probably like the full episode. Go to cincybrewcast.com to listen to the whole thing. It's a podcast, and you can share it with your friends, subscribe, all that stuff. It's really good. Trust me.